Welcome to the Social Chameleon Show, where it's our goal to help you learn, grow, and transform into the person you want to become. Today, I am talking with Stephen Hercy, AKA Dr. Fitness USA. He's an international body designer, owner, and founder of the International Institute of Body Design, #1 best-selling author, and holds the prestigious title of Professeur de Culture Physique Weider, certified by the IFBB, the International Federation of Body Design. Dr. Fitness USA is the creator of the Body Design Formula, Strength Training Protocol, and recognized professional empowerment speaker as a pioneer for his work with pain management and postural realignment, which affects mood, behavior, and productivity. Dr. Fitness USA is the leading authority in bringing his revolutionary training systems to the addiction and recovery community as a new tool for mood behavior stabilization, stress management, and is the first person in the world to provide strength training programs for women suffering from endometriosis and autoimmune disorders. Dr. Fitness USA regularly appears as a celebrity guest empowerment speaker on radio shows, including the syndicated show People of Distinction, Amazing Women of Power, CNN show Tony O'Doul, to the Stars Through Adversity, the Dr. Kevin Show, Caregiving, Avoiding Burnout, and was featured as an expert authority speaker on the International Pain Foundation 2017 first webinar series. Dr. Fitness USA has worked with all types of people, from celebrities such as Linda Gray, Sally Fields, Simon Cranes, Billy West, as well as MDs, chiropractors, alternative health professionals, as well as students. Young and older people of all walks of life travel worldwide to seek his unique services. Dr. Fitness USA's groundbreaking prescription strength training system assists men and women alike to become masters of their body independently of a personal trainer to achieve a pain-free life. He has been around this game for a long time. He's got a wealth of knowledge. We go through all kinds of stuff in this episode. It's really a great privilege to have him on. If you haven't watched the previous episode, the one right before this with his wife, Batista, they're partners in this thing. They both are such an amazing wealth of knowledge, and we're very honored and blessed to have him on and share this with you folks. I hope you guys enjoy this amazing interview. I know I did. Stephen, welcome to the Social Chameleon Show. I've been absolutely looking forward to this interview, and I'm glad to have you here. Real quick, how old are you? You're in your 70s, is that?
I'm 71.
71. Listen, people, if you're listening to the podcast, this guy, you would never guess he's 71. He looks absolutely amazing. And if you're going to listen to a fitness guy that looks this great at 71, I wish I could be half as good looking as you at that age. You got to understand, like, you look absolutely great. You look so young and so vibrant. And I'm really excited to hear your secrets with that.
Okay. I'm ready for it.
Yeah. So have you always been into strength training and weightlifting, or is this something you picked up later on in life?
I've always been into it. It's just something that I do intuitively. You know, it's like a great musician or anybody that has a raw talent. I've always been able to just dial in. If we go back to the beginning, of course, I would read Charles Atlas comic books. And just like any young man, I would actually rock and roll, dreaming of having a body that didn't look like a weakling. Okay, right. So I had a good consciousness that having a more manly body could help me accomplish things that in life and power me through difficult situations. And I decided that I wanted to do that. And so I started off I started off with doing those springs from that you see in the magazines, and then I did push-ups and all that kind of. It's not nonsense, but
right.
I didn't have a father that was into working out, but my mother had a sensitive side toward me, so she always encouraged me to go out and put the money out, and I would go buy the little apparatus and play with it. But I wanted to get to the real weights and make a difference. So when she paid my membership to a health club, and in a health club, every month like 30 people show up, and then 30 people leave. But I stayed on the membership for years and years and years. I was very focused.
Uh-huh. Were you working at a sport, or was it just to be stronger and having a better physique, or what was your goal back then?
The body's like a puzzle. So when I looked at my body, I wanted to assemble the pieces correctly. Mm-hmm. And I had an intuition about, like you see a geographic form or geometric form. Mm-hmm. And I knew that I had to put my body into proportion. And so I would have to work on creating a business plan, even though I didn't know it was a business plan at the mm-hmm. time. So when I would go into a gym, like a gym, at least I had a map. Mm-hmm. I didn't get lost. People always get lost in a gym, so to speak.
No, I've had that problem too. And when you walk in there and you're like, I just want to work out, and you don't really walk in there with a plan or some type of goal, and you just kind of wander around and you're like, oh, this looks interesting, and that machine's available and free, and you wind up wasting a lot of time in there.
Exactly.
So through your personal journey, what was the thing that clicked, or what happened where you decided that this is something you wanted to pursue in a professional capacity?
Well, I came into being by, I knew that women were, I came in contact with women who had serious problems, something like cellulite, or their mood behavior was off. And they came to me to try to create a solution so that they could be more emotionally stable, or they could get rid of cellulite and things like that. And my formula was always about rebuilding the house, so to speak. And I didn't do it through diet or aerobics, because diet and aerobics is basically a big myth. It doesn't mean that it's not important, mm-hmm. okay? But in order to build the house, you have to have a foundation, and then you have to build it up floor by floor. And the diet, look, watch this. You know, here's a kicker. People say that, it's 75% nutrition. Well, I'm at a Gold's Gym in LA Fitness. Can you imagine there are hundreds of thousands of people working out, killing themselves to have a better body for whatever reason? If they think that they could sit home and just watch their food intake, the gyms would be empty.
Right.
You know, yeah, it's a lot of, when you are disciplined, you can modify your food behavior. But in life, especially with women or even men, as they take on age, they start to gain weight, their posture shifts. And so or let's say a woman, she's trying to get into a dress, she's thinking of weight loss. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, weight loss means you lose weight. So if you're 100 pounds today and you're 70 pounds tomorrow, you lost weight. Mm-hmm. But the thing is to build the actual muscles under the skin and stretch the tissue under the scapula and work on your skeletal frame and start to have something that's sustainable for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's the thing I really liked about you when I was introduced to you guys and your system and things. That seems like a really key component of health and overall fitness that's really lacking in the industry overall. It's like you were alluding to, people are like, oh, just get on the treadmill and just stop eating this, that, and another, and you'll be just fine.
Exactly.
And it seems to be not the case. I know a few years ago I kind of subscribed to that. Well, let me try and modify my diet and stuff. And I found I just got fatter. I was like, if I'm eating this way that you say I'm supposed to be eating, why am I getting fatter? It really boggled my mind. What can you speak to that? What is this dietary advice and these different things? What are the components that either we're missing or we're doing too much of? What is that?
Well, first of all, you have to take some photos of your body and see what's exactly missing. Some people have tremendous genetics. Mm-hmm. So for a while, anything might work. But if something's off balance, when you go, the tool that you would use is strength training, you would have to put more emphasis on that particular area of the body. Mm-hmm. So I give an example. You take a woman, let's say in her 40s, 50s. What happens is, you see this all the time, you have women that have these beautiful, beautiful legs, mm-hmm. okay? Nice shapely calves. but their upper body is like the hunchback of Notre Dame. It's all rounded out, and they don't understand that shows age. That shows an age of a woman 20 years older than she really is. So in her logical mind, she's thinking, oh, I need to lose the weight.
Right.
Okay. But it won't change the upper landscape of the body. The body will keep on losing muscle tissue. She'll keep gaining weight. See, she's not using the tools to rebuild her upper body to match the legs. And the thing is, in strength training, the component is it works on you emotionally.
Oh.
See, people gain weight for all sorts of reasons. They're stressed out. So it doesn't matter what you tell them. There's even hidden emotions there, and there's pain, contrived pain. There's all sorts of methods of pain, and people don't realize that. So they're focusing on the diet and nutrition, and they're not really doing the work they're supposed to, because when you use weights, you can actually develop synergistic muscles under the skin, and those muscles require, especially for women, they require more oxygen, red blood cells. And what happens is when you create this muscularity under the skin, you actually start to lose calories when you're not doing anything. So they're going in, they're thinking about diet, aerobics, and things like that, but it's not doing anything to relieve stress on an emotional level, which is causing the weight gain.
That's very interesting to learn. So with your formula, what is at the core of this body design formula? Where did this come from? How did you discover this or find this out? Like what is that about?
I just know how to build a better mousetrap. When I look at it, it's as simple as that. There's no magic formula. The magic formula is when I actually develop the program for a person's body. It has to do with rhythm, sequencing, reps, sets, weight. See, I'll give you an example. So you can take, and just give you an example. So the one comes in there with the personal trainer, okay? Mm-hmm. Just give you an example, okay? So they want to do a press, right? Mm-hmm. So what happens is they do what they call a flat dumbbell press. Well, there's 4 fears in life: fear of rejection, abandonment, noise, and failure. So when you take a woman, you put her on a flat bench, she feels out of control. Remember, this is a foreign environment for women. Right. So angulation, ergonomics is very, very important to know what you're actually doing. Yeah. The second part is most women store their emotions in their chest. Okay. So you wouldn't put them on a flat bench. You put them on a 30 to 45 degree angulated bench, and you have to make sure that the seat is tilted up. Okay. This happens to men. I go in and I see men that are trying to do chest press and they don't know they're sliding off the seat.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah. Your body has to be grounded and it has to be supported. So now the woman is actually, she can see her movement in the mirror. She's on a right angle. So now, because they store their emotions in their chest, they have to lift a certain amount of weight to produce a result. So 10 pounds isn't going to do it. So we know that 10 pounds isn't going to do it. We know 15 pounds isn't going to do it. We know 20 pounds. So the object is to get her to a correct starting weight, would probably be the lowest would be 25 pounds. When she lifts the 25 pounds, she's going to start to release their emotions, and they're going to get this aha moment. Mm-hmm. But you have to have like a chessboard. You have to know how to create the stepping stone so they get there within a couple of weeks, not a couple of months, a couple of weeks. It's very different than personal training because the ergonomics that I create is very much like acupuncture. It hits certain meridian points in the body that regenerates your entire system into being a new you.
Can you speak
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Ask me.
What is that? I don't understand what that is. The meridian. Like, what? Can you speak a little bit to that? Give us some context.
Sure. Okay. I have a wonderful way of expressing that. Okay, you go to in Eastern Western medicine, acupuncturists believe that they use up less energy than a chiropractor. Okay. It's less invasive. We would use the word less invasive. Okay, so You go to a chiropractor. What does a chiropractor do? He does an adjustment. So you're looking for a popping sound, something like that. And then sometimes they have like balls and stretches or some personal training. It's money-making business, right. Even though they play God. And then they're going to put you on a table with rollers, and those rollers actually bruise the spine. Okay? So the person is going to keep coming back. Mm-hmm. You will never see on their menu strength training most of the time.
Right.
Strength. You need 2 steps to work on the pain. The chiropractor is readjusting your joints and your spinal connection, things like that. But the strength training actually solidifies the muscles around those joints, so it holds the adjustment in place. So if you're only going to a chiropractor and you're not doing strength training, you're actually wasting your money.
Yeah, interesting. This is what when we talked with Batista about. Very, very fascinating thing. I've never been to a chiropractor, but I also never thought about when you realign that body, that weaker muscle that perhaps aided in that misalignment is something you've got to go ahead and strengthen. Is that probably why people keep going back and back, because they just go right back out of alignment again? Exactly.
Like if I'm looking at your body, you're not a person that would do really well with chiropractic adjustment. Now, you would do it if I was a chiropractor, which I'm not, right. And I lined you face down in the cradle. So that means your whole head and your whole upper body weight would be supported. That would make you comfortable. Then I can maneuver your head a bit. But if you're lying on your back and the chiropractor tries that, it's just too evasive. You'll go, oh, that's painful, and it'll come back. So you have to be very careful. You see, I'm intuitive. It's the same way with exercise. Some exercises are textbook correct, but they don't fit with the person. They'll actually cause pain way down the line, and you won't know where it came from. So if we get back to the acupuncturist, visually, you go to an acupuncturist. What do people see? Wow, Eastern, Western medicine, mystical. And then you see the chart and all the lines in the body. And then they tell you to hold out your tongue. They have various ways, but now you're intrigued, and they say, well, we're going to treat your kidneys, or we're going to treat that. And they don't always use needles, but we're giving an example. They take a needle, and oh my God, I hope they put the needle in the right meridian. See?
Yeah.
So in strength training in my systems, you got to know where to put the right needle.
That's surgical approach.
Yeah, exactly. So we go to personal training, which is a legitimate profession.
Sure.
Most people, when they think of a personal trainer, they're thinking of him as the heart surgeon. So let's put them in a good category. They're the general doctor. They are not the heart surgeon. So if you have a heart problem, better go to a heart surgeon, because you better hope that if he operates, that he knows what he's doing. But people assume that the trainer is the expert. They don't ask clarifying questions, so they go in with personal training and they don't know why they're doing it, because most of the time they're explaining to the trainer what they want or how they'd like to look, basically losing weight. Right. It's never going to happen for them. The business is based on confusion. All those exercises they do have nothing to do with the body. Okay?
Yeah.
It's unsustainable would be a correct word. Unsustainable. So what happens is the trainer, what happens with a trainer? They come in, they stretch out. Why are you stretching the person out? Okay. Why are you doing exercises off a ball? Why are you doing walking lunges? Why are you doing a plank? And you see this all the time in the gym. It's kind of interesting. I won't mention the gym. Some people really want an education, and it's frightening to see what the trainer is doing. The trainer is actually torturing the person and hurting the person. So you hear a lot of times, the trainer injured me. Well, you should have done more research.
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing, with that, what are the type of questions? What are you looking for when you're trying to work with somebody to improve your physique, or, on the surface level, people want to lose weight? What are those clarifying questions? What are those things that we should be asking or looking for?
Well, first of all, okay, so watch this. We have 3 ways to be successful is mindset. So you want a person that has a mindset to be healthier. Okay. And then you're asking them a question. There's 3 types of people. One says, I really want help, but you're going to do all the work. The second one says, I really want help, but I'm going to sabotage whatever you try to do to help me. And the third one is they're going to say, well, let's work together. Whatever it is that you need, we'll be partners, so to speak, and we'll rock and roll through life. Now, what's interesting is most people are quite difficult to deal with, okay? But as of lately, the men have jumped up. Batista started off doing online pro mentoring for women. They've become very difficult. But the men have jumped on board. Isn't that amazing that the men, if I ask them, the men love my program. They love online, whatever it is, and they're just rock and rolling with it. If I ask them for a video, if I ask them for something, they never say, oh, I'm too busy today. They just get it to me.
Well, what is that difference? Why are you seeing that difference? Do you know? Okay,
let's go here. There's a reversal rule in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s. If we look at the business community, the women have become passive aggressive, and the men have become weaker. So we've got women who become stronger, and the men have become weaker.
Right.
So when you go to a seminar, here, let me explain it this way. You have for a female and a male, we all have male and female energy in our body. So left side is thinking, right side is feeling. Okay. The difference between women and left-handed men, they have a large brain passage between left and right side of the brain, so they can feel safe at any moment. If they feel threatened, they can be in their thinking side. Men, we have a small brain passage, so we're very sensitive. And so we're only safe if we stay in our thinking side. That's why it takes men so long to think about something, because they want to make sure that the unknown isn't detrimental to their business or their health. So so what's happening in the gyms today, the younger generation, strength training is the number one. The reason is because the gyms today, not personal training gyms, and I'll clarify, when you have personal training gyms that are usually ill-equipped, okay, they don't have the right pair of shoes, and then you get bonded with the wrong type of people in a sense. You see a muscle guy and you think that's going to happen to you. But the major gyms, could be Gold's Gym, LA Fitness, 24 Hours Gyms, they are spending billions of dollars in producing the right equipment. So when people go there, or children, they have a great time working out. There's not a child that I know of that looks like a ballet dancer that can't go into, let's say, an LA Fitness and leg press 300 or 400 pounds.
Wow, I never thought about that.
Easily. So what happens is when you train your lower extremities, there's a tremendous amount of positive energy. So you're seeing a lot of positive energy happening. Now, what's happening is they're drawing in the certain segment of nationalities, of people. Okay, it doesn't have me. It doesn't. They don't have to be in shape or whatever it is, but they're drawing their parents into the gym too. So that's actually where they actually come together. See, parents are always trying to understand their children, but it's never going to happen. The children are just too far advanced. Right. But at the gym, they can see if their child is working out, if they're safe, and it's good to see the parents taking care of themselves. Because I always ask, I see people who are obese, but they go to the gym and they work out. Then I go to network mixing, and the people are overweight or obese, and they don't do anything. Most networking meetings or business meetings that I go to, 87% of the people are 20 years older than they ought to be. The reason is because just like chiropractor or the business meeting, they're feeding intellectual knowledge. So what happens is when women when their thinking is on too long, they ruin their immune system. They're estrogen based. They cannot sustain that constant thought process. So going to the gym stops that progression. But these women, when they're going to seminars, they're being fed how to make more money, how to be a better person, how to do this. And that's where I say they become passive aggressive. They don't answer their phone. Their message machine is full. They talk back to men. They lost respect actually for men, unless it's a subject that they're making money on. Okay? So all these habits are transcending into the children. So the thing is that the gym is the greatest place for the children because they can be their own person. That doesn't mean they have my program, because my program helps them to train in an appropriate way. When I say appropriate, if you want your person to have good posture and you want them to learn ballet, there's a certain format. So my program has a certain format. If you follow my program, you're going to wind up with good posture. You're going to be able to use it through your lifetime. Everything is going to rock and roll a lot easier.
What is that core? Where have you found that core thing that enables all of those things to kind of come off of?
In my program, it's built in. You know, every year there's some new expression of thought of how to be in shape. So this is a great thing, core. If you didn't have a core, you wouldn't be alive today. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I give you an example because this is coming out. We have a show coming out.
Sure.
So we're having an interview with an acupuncturist, an RN nurse. And in it, she's saying, okay, so you go to Pilates and you go to yoga and you go to massage therapy and they're telling you, breathe, you know. You go straight with weights, you don't have to think about it at all. You'll breathe automatically. With 200-300 pounds, man, you 200-300 pounds, you don't have to think about breathing. So all this core stuff that they're talking about is really taking you away from the meat and potatoes of what training is about.
What is that meat and potatoes? What is that?
Okay, it depends. What does the person want to do? Okay, you have to clarify what the person wants to do. You just want to be physically fit. They'll say, yes, I want to be physically fit. Well, it's probably not going to happen for you. Yeah, in California, you have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So you'll have the illusion of being physically fit. Do you just want to do some what they call occupational therapy? Or do you want to actually rebalance your body so it sits in your clothes differently? You have a different feeling of expression. Okay, so there's so when people think, or you want to do cross train and get injured. Okay, so you don't know where the person at. They never think wherever the person is at physically. They think that's the end of the world. Now, you know, if you went into a lawyer or a doctor, you say, oh, you're a lawyer, you're a doctor. What specialty? They never ask those questions. Or they become the expert. They go, oh, I have a personal trainer. I love my trainer. Oh, yeah, I think I'll do that. You know, why are you asking me a question? See, people are not that open to change.
Right.
Because there's a tremendous amount of publicity and visual images that give people the illusion that if they follow this crazy type of system, it's going, not mine, of course, that it's going to happen for them.
Right.
No, you don't know where your body's at and you don't know where you're going. So if I can even give out a name. You have like in Toronto County, she's a personal trainer, Susan up here. Look her up.
Okay.
She came to me at 23 years old. She's almost 60. She's a personal trainer for Anytime Fitness in Toronto, Canada. She looks just as good as she was 23 years ago.
Wow.
When she was 23. And I have a lot of people like that where they become gym owners and they start to teach and things like that. But the strength training is the fastest way to anti-aging. So attitude is really great, but the second part is that's overlooked is environment. Okay, so people go to a gym and they go, "Oh, it's fully equipped." What do you know? It's fully equipped. They got the worst pair of shoes that anybody. They have no orthotics of shoes. They have the wrong colors. You probably got out pinching your feet. You see, when I develop a program, I'm the gym detective on YouTube, youtube.com/Dr. Fitness USA. I actually get a virtual camera, or I have students take a video, and I study the exact pieces of equipment in the gym, so I can make an informed decision of what would work for them. Oh. So in a gym, you have in the major gyms, you'll have like a Life Fitness, you'll have Matrix, you'll have Star Trek, you'll have Hammer Strength. Okay, I won't say which one's the worst.
How about which one's the best?
It was none of them I mentioned, but there is major companies that do very well. They're in gyms, but I wouldn't work on those. It's a piece of junk. Okay, so watch this. In a hammer row machine where you're working your back, it's the same company, Hammer, Life Fitness. They both have the same rowing piece of equipment.
Okay.
But one is Hammer and one is Life Fitness. They're both different. In a leg press, when I go to LA Fitness 1, I won't use their leg press. I have to go to LA Fitness 2. It's the same company, but they're totally different in the application and in the comfort. When I say application, it's where when you get into it, you feel like $1 million. The other piece of machine is very tedious. It doesn't roll up and down properly. Some of them are people work on broken machines. They have so environment is very important. And then the third thing is they need an education of what to do with their body once they enter the gym. So watch this. I go to LA Fitness. Sorry. There's two things I practice. I practice being a good neighbor or giving back to society. So I'll stand there. I'm hoping somebody will ask me a question. Okay? Okay? Right. And sometimes the young guys do. But here's the old guys. That's funny because I'm 71, but the guys, they look pretty old to me. You know, they're all scrunched up. They're too fat. They're, you know, and now they're doing bench press on a machine. Not dumbbells. But and I stand there and I stare at them. And they don't look at me. See, they're sheepish. They don't ask me a question. You know, why am I staring at them? I'm kind of saying, sir or madam, you're on the wrong machine. It's killing you. They're going like, it's terrorizing their joint. What's interesting is I'm using the machine next door. It's the same chest press machine, but a different company.
Okay.
In a way, it's good. It's good in a way because they're not taking up time. It's always free. But it's amazing. Every time the good piece of equipment is always free, and the ones that are really horrible, people are trying to exercise on them.
Well, what is it that you're looking for in a machine that makes it better or worse than the others?
First of all, you're looking at brand. You're looking at like in an LA Fitness or Hammer Strength, they have maybe 5 different rowing types of machines, and 3 of them are horrible. Yeah, in other words, when you go use it, the stress is more on your arms than your back, but they're made not correctly. So most of the time, the people are on the wrong machine or they don't know how to use it properly. So in my system, it's different because it quiets the mind. This personal training is based on performance. Come on, work out, you know. But mine is getting you exquisitely in touch, brain-muscle connection to who you are. So you're in control. If it feels uncomfortable, you're not going to be doing it, or you're going to be reporting back to me, and I'm going to help you get to be comfortable. So I'll give you an example. Because we have, I said the males jump on board. Okay, so now they're in Atlanta. And when I spoke to the person in the beginning, I took him up on a challenge about my program. And he laughed and looked like that, yeah. And then he said, I'm not going to send you pictures with me in a bathing suit. Okay, so one day, actually, he fills out the form. He sends me pictures of his body, okay? I couldn't believe it. The person is actually a workout person. Because when I was looking at it, I said, when was the last time you saw a gym? The interesting thing, now he has the program over the line. He's already in the gym. And I say to him, can you give me a video of what you're doing? Yeah, I'll get a cute girl to do it. I mean, in 3 minutes flat, I can't believe his charm. He actually sends me a video. And then I said, wow, this guy really knows how to work his legs. Mm-hmm. But I sent him instructions. I explained to him that he needs to be 3 inches lower in the descent, and that it's not the upset that's important. He sent me back a video in 3 minutes. Perfect. And I've been coaching him like that. And he's busy. He's working all the day. He's a very busy person. But when it comes to his body, he listens. And with a video or instant callback, I can tell him exactly how to place his feet, how to make it more comfortable, how to rock and roll with his body.
Wow. That's good to hear. I mean, that's the things that seems to be missing is that interaction with the other person, or that willingness to do and make the adjustments and say, I'm doing it wrong, or I've been doing it wrong for so many years. I need to learn to do the right things in the right ways.
Yes. And another thing is, because they gave me what I want. Mm-hmm. When they send me a copy of the program, I'm able to actually guide them in where they need to be with the weights. So the object of the program, really, in any program, is to increase a person's strength 20 to 50% in 20 minutes. Now, sometimes it takes longer if I'm not there. Uh-huh. But they will increase their strength 20 to 50% because it controls your emotional behavior, controls how much weight you're going to use in your upper body. It's all a matter of proportion and sequences. They don't know how much weight they lift, and even if they did the exercise, they don't know the outcome. One person, we won't say who he is, this is a fitness guru. Uh-huh. So now he fills out the application and said, well, okay, so you're basically a fat guy. He said, oh, yeah, but here's the action. He said, oh, I love it. Everybody's telling, I love it. I love some feedback. And the thing is, actually, when I looked at his photos and I looked at his present, he wasn't a fat guy in the context where the guy's got a pot belly and he's really fat. He's fat is that he hasn't done the work to create a more muscular body with less effort.
Was it just more like a toned physique, or was it?
No, actually muscular. My objective is to the person, if they follow my format, they'll lose anywhere from 15 to 25 pounds easily. But they'll wind up with a muscular, aesthetic, beautiful body because we're working on synergistic muscles that they know nothing about.
Will do most people have a more functional strength instead of just that, one motion kind of I'm strong in just this one type of exercise?
Yeah, yes, exactly. That's very good insight. Some people, the person's a big guy, okay? And so in the beginning format, he has like shoulder pressing, okay? Mm-hmm. But I'm going to take it out. He doesn't need it. I'm just creating a format, but he doesn't need shoulder pressing. He needs more other exercise that he actually can sink his teeth into it.
What is one of your favorites?
Well, first of all, the leg press, of course, regulated leg press. But you have to have my ergonomic support system to actually accomplish what I'm talking about, and you need education behind it. Okay? Another one is what we call a rear delt machine, where you're working the back part of your shoulder. Okay. You see people do this? Right. Okay, so ask them, why are you doing it with 2 arms?
I never thought about that.
I said, why are you doing it with 2 arms? You're causing compression in your neck. You're not even feeling what you're doing. You're taking the energy through the center of your body, and you want to feel the energy in your shoulder. So what they don't know is there's 5 different ways to doing that, because there's the trapeze muscle runs from the top of your head to the middle of your back. So they're trying to work the rear delt, but they don't know that it's tied in with the trapeze muscle, which holds your neck up, holds your vertebrae in place. See, there's all sorts of different levels within a specific exercise. And when you combine with other exercise, your program becomes wonderful, because right now the men are going in the gym and they can get through a terrific workout within an hour, 3 times a week.
Wow. That's a whole lot better than the general advice of 5 to 7 days a week of, hour and a half, 2 hours. Sometimes I hear some guys they're in the gym for 3-4 hours. I don't get it.
You can do it when you're younger. Younger, nothing bothers you because you have a lot of testosterone. When you take on life and more responsibilities, then you want to be in the gym in and out. I've been able to work on my own body, and I go in 3 times a week. Now, before I used to go in 5 like a young guy, but today life is different. People hog the machine; they're in your way. You can't find a dumbbell. People are rude. You got to learn how to rock and roll in the gym because not everybody is okay. Okay, so you have to learn how. It's like and you're driving your car, and the guy's going 2 miles an hour. You have to be calm, cool, collective, and use etiquette. And sometimes etiquette doesn't even work. Sometimes you have to go away to another part of the gym. Okay, but you have to use my program states that you need to do the exercise in sequencing. You don't jump around from.
So the order plays just as integral of a part as the actual exercise.
Absolutely.
And why is that? What have you found? How did you discover that? What is that about?
Well, in the architectural plan, I have a vision for their body. So we're sending energy from their lower body to their upper body, and we're trying to create a pattern of exercise that's laying the foundation, even if the body is already set. And later on, I'm going to start to move chess pieces around. See, like what I'm explaining is a person who's been doing it a long time, and he's doing chest back. And then he says he hates dumbbell row, but he's doing it and he's losing grip. But there's always explaining to him. And I can change the reps from 7 reps. Okay, watch. Okay, 1-arm dumbbell row. It's for the back, okay?
Right.
So what do people do? They do this. See? Okay? So the dumbbell is in the air.
Okay.
The dumbbell is supposed to go to the floor. It's the opposite direction.
Oh, interesting. I've always done it that incorrect way you had. That's how I was always taught. Yeah.
So you make no progress because you can't take the weight you're supposed to, and you waste time.
Wow.
It's putting more stress on your upper trapeze. So we can start off. Okay. So if I want to raise the weight, I can say, okay, let's do 5 reps. The mind will say, oh, I can do 5 reps.
Right.
I could change it to 7. And numerical numbers are very important. Like somebody that's young, he says, I do 10 reps. I said, why are you doing 10 reps? Your number is 9. He looks at me, what do you mean my number is 9? Or I tell a girl, she's doing 12, why are you doing 12 reps? Your number is 7. See, they don't understand all that. So the 1-arm dumbbell row, are you using a full grip? Are you using a thumbless grip? What is it that you want to do? In this particular person's mindset, he doesn't know I'm going to drop that exercise because he has another exercise in his program that's far more efficient and more up to date. See, because I look in his gym and I see, oh, wow, we could build this. Oh, they got that good piece of equipment. They have a fine piece of equipment here. Oh, forget about that. So I'm already building the platform for him to be successful.
Okay.
So what's interesting is so when we go back to women, because they're back and forth, the reason that it's important to increase their strength 20 to 50% is to control their emotions and to be able to set their body up to lift weight. So I have an ergonomic setup that puts their vertebrae in the proper biomechanical position. So, the women, when I go in, we're more careful when I'm not there, okay? But let's say we take a woman and she's close to 50 and we're doing a leg press, okay? So first of all, most people that I knew always put the feet in the wrong position. They put it in the middle of the board or high on the board. Wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, look good. No, you're working the back thigh of your biceps, so you have no sensation. So what happens is I'll explain to the woman how the machine works so she feels safe. Okay. Then I might say, okay, well, let's put a little weight on. So, okay, you know what? Okay, you don't have to do that with everybody. And then you're at 25 pounds, and then you're at 45 pounds. And I'm talking to them. Pretty soon they're at 2 plates plus 45, 25. They're at 2 plates and a half each side. It's only been 20 minutes. That strength increase is significant because what happens when women feel accomplished, that means there's no yelling, there's no screaming, and there's nobody in their face, and they can duplicate it by themselves. They go, oh, that feels so good. It's like a massage. They go, oh, that feels so good. Gee, you know? And then I take off all the little, sometimes I take off all the little plates and I say, well, why don't we put these other plates on? I put the same weight on. They go, oh my God, I can't lift that weight. But it's the same weight. You see? So I can play different tricks in their mind, you know.
Right.
But once they do it, it's permanent. It'll stay in their system for weeks. That's why you don't have to train every day, because when you strengthen your body, okay, like for the gentleman, he when I put him on the pro, he's training his legs every day, you know. But the truth is, he only has to train his legs every 4 or 5 days. See, I'm guiding him so that he doesn't waste energy.
Right. Yeah, especially somebody that's busy like that, you're recapturing hours a week and achieving the same, if not better, results.
Oh, you'll get a better result because you'll actually look forward to it. These men are so busy and they can't wait to get to the gym. It's unbelievable. Wow. They're already at the gym.
Wow.
I have somebody that's getting up at 4 o'clock and doing a full day's work, and he has to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and he's already at the gym.
Wow.
Before bedtime.
So is it just that sense of accomplishment and that I can get it done, and attitude is what's inspiring these people to have that?
Yes, when they have my format, they're following. Okay, I got ways. It's very simple. Okay, so you go. You look at a person and they're so proud they got a suit on. But they might look like they came out of a garbage can, or they're homeless, you know, nothing fits. So it's the same thing. What I'm trying to do is create a better suit for them, so everything has to match. The color, the way it fits, it's not too tight on the neck. You know, it's got to be clean looking. Okay, and then we put the acupuncture type of philosophy behind it. And then we've got a person that's rock and rolling. Like with Brian Kelly in the I'll send it to you. He mentioned, wow, I used to go in the gym and just work out. There's sequencing, rhythm. What's that all about? I never thought about it. There's a logic behind this. But now, what's interesting, now they experience the difference. They never go back to the way they train, because when they do it my way, it's very exquisitely comfortable. Because what happens is, as men, when you're younger, everything can work. You recuperate faster and things. It doesn't matter if you have an ugly body. But what happens is, when you get older, the hormones change. And going to the gym for an older man is a feminine experience. Men don't get it. When you comb your hair and you brush your teeth and you put on a nice shirt, that's feminine. That's a man taking care of himself. When they go to the gym, they need to learn to do things that feel comfortable, efficiently comfortable, or result-oriented. Right. Okay? But they can't go in the gym and try and lift weights like they used to. So you have to go in the gym and train smarter. You can have a more interesting plan of attack. You can work on things that are a little easier to do, but some of those muscles have never been developed. So you start to get more of an aha moment in your mindset. Like for Tim Ray, I mean, he's going full force. But the first thing he said, man, you know, I already lost 8 pounds. I'm not even working at that 8 pounds. He's already in his head. Oh, I lost 8 pounds. And that never happened before. You know, this program must be working. Of course it's working. Because he's active instead of inactive. When he goes to the gym, he's actually having fun with his body. It's very important to have fun with your body. Until I talked with you guys before, I never thought about these things. That I had probably been out of the gym for maybe 10 years or so, and I went back and it was just kind of like what you were saying. It's just, get in there and try to lift the weight I used to, and it hurt, and it was but this is I love where you guys are going with this, and the
the whole encompassingness of all these elements. I never really put that together. And I really like that you guys have discovered that. And I see why people have gotten such tremendous results. And not only that, the longevity of this system is really, really, I think, where the magic sauce is at.
Well, on my website, we have a sustainable reel.
Mm-hmm.
I explain that people are still doing my system after 30 years.
Right. That's what really impressed me about what you guys have going on.
It's the greatest place for men when men take on age or they have a lot of stress in their mind or responsibilities. When they go to the gym, they actually discover that's the safest place to be because all of a sudden they don't have to solve any problems. They just have to hang out with themselves. See, it's the magic of the program. We all have those days. So now I've got a lot of things on the plate, a lot of stress. Maybe I didn't sleep the night before. Man, do I want to go to the gym? No. But you know what? I follow my advice. You pick up the program and you don't think. You get in the car. So I pick up the program, I get in the car, and I'm still bitching and moaning, and I'm already at the gym. Right? Okay. Right. Now I'm in the gym. I'm in the gym.
Yeah.
And then the first exercise on a particular day says you're going to do a chest press. So you have to find the machine that's right.
Right.
And the chest press requires me to sit and follow the weight scale. It's like combination tool. Mm-hmm. So here I am, a sitting busy, and now I'm in the chest press, but I'm sitting. Okay. And now in gym 2, the chest press machine, it's a matrix, it actually works properly. Okay. The one in gym 1 is a matrix, but it's terrible. So I'm sitting in gym 2 and I'm experiencing the fright of the pain to get through the first 3 sets. And then I lift the weight easily and I go, wow, this is not too bad. So I have to do 3 sets. After the 3 sets, you're already back home free. Everything becomes a gem and a joy to do. All the rest of my exercises, except for the chest, is I can't wait to do it because I do use advanced ergonomics that put the body in a biomechanically position so that you're much more comfortable in the movement and you don't terrorize your joints. There's a lot to learn. It's a very educational type of system.
That's very interesting. It seems so simple and so common sense, but it's really, I've really never heard it this way before. I never thought about going to the gym and having an ergonomic, comfortable seating and position. It's always like, well, this is how it works or this is how it is. And it's just going to suck and I'm just going to deal with it.
Right. No.
And the one thing I wanted to ask you about was, this 20 to 50% gain, especially in females. What's the myth you dispel about them being bulky and big? And, I'm sure that's a thing you get all the time. How do you handle that? How do you combat that?
That's a good question. So I'll answer it a little differently.
Sure.
Did they ever look in the mirror and see what they look like? They look terrible.
Yeah. The alternative's got to be better.
Yeah, they look terrible. I'm trying to tell you that at once you can see that they were pretty or young.
Right.
Most of them are going into a state of old age and their body's distorted and they're worrying about being too muscular. Wow. That's like me saying, I don't want to look like Arnold. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. So what happens is, so when the woman is in her intellectual mind, she's thinking all the time. Okay, so what happens is when they go to the gym, because they're learning a system that teaches them not to do anything that's uncomfortable, and it's the structure of the program that gives them the way to train, to lift the weights, and they're being supported by mentoring calls, or by video. They're going to be fine. So what happens is, where I'm going is, when women are in there, I'll give you Batista as an example.
Sure.
Okay. In my relationship, Batista is the guy. I'm the girl. Why? Because creativity for a man, could be a musician, comes from our female side. We're very sensitive. I have a very sensitive side. She's like other women, gung-ho. Her mind is even thinking when she goes to bed. Her mind is thinking even when she gets up in the morning. I'm doing the dishes or making breakfast. Now, there's a phenomenon like that. Men like smart women.
Right.
Okay? When we find out they're smart, they're going to do all the work. Hey, because, we guys, we don't have to go to a program to learn about our feelings. We know we can hang out there anytime we want. We have a feminine side. So she's working and thinking, okay, if she, after 3 or 4 days, if she's really in like 12, 15 hours a day because she's doing technical work, she has a lot of responsibility, what happens is, I explain this. Sorry, she's been hearing me talk about this. What happens is, you can see the stress in their face. They're getting older. They got wrinkles, their eyes shift, their posture shifts. And we men, it's very frightening to see somebody that we once loved growing old, not in a good way. And we can't do anything about it.
Right.
Except if they go to the gym on my program, they're going to come back 15 to 20 years younger.
That's amazing.
I've been tracking for 10 years. I have a calendar. I can show when to press, when there's sex involved, whatever it is. Everything is pinpointed. You can see that when she goes to the gym, she actually comes back 15 to 20 years younger. And the phenomenon about that is she goes back and does more work, cooks, and does everything else. Men don't understand that. What happens for men is, like when I go to the gym, the men said, I wish my wife worked out. Okay, yeah, but would you like to introduce it to me? No, because that'll cost money. See, the men are really quite selfish. They don't understand that women, once they go in their intellectual mind, don't necessarily say, I want to go work out. They don't know how to do that. There's two types of ways. They go in their head intellectually and live there, or they become overreactive. They become argumentative. They drop the water or the breakfast tray. And then they think about it afterwards. So, and what they don't realize in any situation, all these habits are being transmitted to the children. So women or men don't actually have to look like a bodybuilder, but the internal benefit, healthy-wise, is there. Because strength training right now is the number one anti-aging component. So I say to a man, the greatest gift you can give your woman or significant other, could be a man too, okay? We won't leave men out because sometimes there's male to males, it's okay. Sure. But they have a similar energy. What happens is when the greatest thing that can happen is when they go to the gym, they're going to come back younger. The second thing is the greatest thing in the world is when the person sees his wife going to the gym, because it processes her emotions. Yeah, she'll take better care of you. Oh, yeah. Ask men, when you come home tonight, is your wife going to ask you, say what she thinks or how she feels? They'll say, well, she'll ask me. No, when women express how they feel, then you can track them. Men can't track women that keep saying what they think. It's good at work. But men usually don't like to hear what women are thinking. So they have to use a different vocabulary. Like, I have an idea, not at work. At work, you're
right.
Like, I have an idea. Would you be up to listening to it? Oh, you have a better idea than me? Sure. If you say do this, do that. Like Batista, when we drive, very difficult. Oh, there's a stop sign. Oh, you went too fast. She never relaxes in the car.
Yes.
Oh, you jumped over the sidewalk. No, I didn't. So I use this example that I'll play it today. There's 2-3 things that you can see how opposite men are, because we're in our head. So what happens is for the man, there's 3 things that happen. Is we're very locked in place. So the joke is that they go to the therapist and they say, well, what's wrong? And the therapist says, well, what's wrong? And the guy says, well, we're okay. In a man's mind, she's breathing. She must be okay. Okay?
Right.
So this is interesting. I tell women mistakenly try to look after the children, look after their husband, and watch the money. Mm-hmm. They don't know that if they come and they want to do my program, they just have to say the man says, how much is it? I said, don't answer. Because men want to teach pre-control. They'll say, not now, honey, whatever it is, you're okay the way you are, like you're breathing. Okay. You have to say, intuitively, I really like what Stephen's doing, and it would hurt my feelings if I wasn't on that program. You see? Yeah. So all she has to do is then she can ask men for money. She says, take care of it. You can ask men for money. You can say, take care of it.
Right.
But women don't do that. So they cheat themselves. It's called relationship self-defense school. It's how to dialogue with a man. And because a lot of times in society, they say to women, you have to ask what you want. No, women want everything. They have to mark down what they don't want and work around that. Then they'll get what they want, because women want everything. So it gets too overwhelming. But there's a lot. So by training and things like that, it teaches them how to, or a man or a woman, it teaches them how to be a better person. So here's the second thing. Okay, so I won't pull out. I don't have it here, but I have a little smallpox phone. It's like that big. It's called smallpox or a straight talk or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Batista goes out and she gets those new iPhones or an Android phone, right? Mm-hmm. This is going on for like a year or two. And I say, oh, well, my phone's okay. What are you talking about? It works. Okay, I'm outdated, of course. Okay, yeah. And one day she calls me to the store, and for whatever reason, now I get the phone. Mm-hmm. See, that's how it happened. Or now in a Gillette razor, you got 3 blades, 5 blades. So now I'm shaving. Now they come out with a turbo blade. Okay?
Yeah.
So now I got the turbo blade. So now it's like $18 for a car. Now I'm like, oh, this is really good. Now they come out with the roller turbo blade. I say, I am happy where I am.
Right.
Okay. Now, for whatever, there's a little package, and now there's a sample blade. So I said, well, okay, well, I'll try it. I go. The shave was so fast with no cuts, and it lasted 10 times longer than the other ones. That's the way I use. You see how opposite men are? Because the unknown is very frightening for men. So we're a creature of habit.
Yes. So
women have to be very careful not to teach pre-control, but to use a little bit of kindness and getting us to do things. See, like in my relationship, Batista is auditory. I'm visual. If she doesn't mark it down and put it on my gas, she says, I thought I told you about it. Well, I don't know. Yeah. I don't see it anywhere. See, so there's a way of waltzing in the relationship, but whatever happens when you go to the gym, you both come together. Because men know that when women are working out in the gym, they probably are getting a better butt.
Absolutely.
At whatever level, it doesn't matter if it's true or not, but we just know. Yeah. And it's very visual to see seeing a woman actually doing physical exercises like men usually do, and they are very accomplished. You could really do that. I didn't know you could do that. Oh, it's so beautiful, the movement. Because unlike dance, you have to know the dance steps, but in strength training, we kind of know, oh, that's a bench lift. Wow, she knows how to do that. That's kind of, because we have people in Belgium, Africa, England, who would never see the inside of a gym, but now they train on equal footing with men.
Wow. That's incredible. I want to back up a little bit. You were talking earlier about like your mood and different things and stuff like that. And I was reading on your site about helping with depression and different types of addiction. How does that happen? Where does that come from?
Well, what happens is for male or female, when the strength, let's say a person, let's say the person was 100% strong. Okay. When you drop the strength down below 50%, then you're subject to your emotions. See, what happens is for women, they go up inside their head and kill their body. For men, when their strength level goes so low down, their hormones can't support their emotional state. So they get very sick. The addiction community is just, we had a major article that my system is revolutionary. What we're doing is we're taking a person and we can increase their strength let's say they were at 30% or 40%, which is controlling all the electrical circuits in the body. If we raise it 30% in 20 minutes, that's going to take care of their emotions. When their emotions are more steady, we can work with their habits. See? But if you don't raise that strength, that's what the thing is with personal training. The person is using a weight that's insignificant. So they're never going to get the body they want to, or they're always going to rely on the trainer. Yeah, they'll always rely on the trainer. I have people, they don't use a trainer, they use their own body. I mean, and it's sustainable through the years because, like, there's a fitness guru, not my guru, okay? We did a show. Okay, I look at him. I said, man, when that guy see a gym? And then he's talking about women. What does he know about women? He trains terrible. No woman wants to do a thing like that. Okay, so now he puts on Facebook that he's leg pressing 600 pounds. Okay. Oh, man. He's doing it terrible, okay?
Oh, boy.
I have a second video of Batista using 650, and she does it perfect. And she's just a young girl. See? All right? She doesn't need to use that much weight, but one day she went in the gym, and all of a sudden she felt so strong and thing. Okay, go do it. You don't have to use that much weight.
Yeah.
But if we drop it down to, let's say, about 375, that's a lot of strength for the body. You can't get that in yoga or Pilates or anything like that. It's impossible.
Right.
And you can't do it by trainers giving you I'm an LA Fitness, man. I see grown men stretching and lying on balls. And why are you on the floor? It's unbelievable. Or what they call walking lunges. Why are you doing walking lunge? There's a machine over there that's $5,000. I have to do a sit on it.
Yeah. And it's probably way more effective.
It is more effective. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
When I say comfortable, it means you can actually feel your muscle working and you can control it. That means you can go fast, you can go slow. Like somebody texts me, they say, well, how long do I rest in between sets? Why don't you just follow the program? The program has built-in rhythm. Sometimes you go fast, sometimes you go slow. Don't look at watch. How long do I have to wait for the Jesus, man? And relax.
Right.
You're supposed to be having a good time with your body.
Yeah.
See, I go to the gym. I know in an hour I'll be gone.
Right. Absolutely. With that, what are the common misconceptions do you see in the industry that you just want to dispel these myths and different things? What is some of your just that pet peeve you have all the time you hear about?
Well, the pet peeve one is about diet being 75%. That if you go with a trainer, he's so expert at what he's doing, he's going to give you what you want. About doing these core exercises, planks, walking lunges, that they don't understand that strength training, they're actually, in my system, is a science to it. I've been doing it for over 55 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. And I'm like a spring chicken. You
are.
I got to tell you, when I go into the gyms and I see men around my age, their faces drawn up, and it's their attitude. They're like a dried piece of fruit. You see, and the thing is, what people don't know is when they see a commercial and they see somebody that's older and they look muscular. It's because they're on testosterone. When men are you can go to a gym and raise your testosterone naturally, or you can go to a doctor and they give you some testosterone with a needle and you take testosterone, okay? Right. So when I see these men that are overly muscular, first of all, it's not very aesthetic looking, or, it's not that beautiful image. And second of all, they're like dried out pieces of fruit. And second of all, their idea is working muscle to muscle. You know what I mean? Bicep, triceps. Well, I have biceps. I have really good biceps, but I only do 2 sets.
Right.
I only do 3 sets for my tricep. But what tricep would I use? Okay, at the end of my workout, I won't tell you what it is, but I will. I use a nollis bicep curl for tricep. On the way out, I do it backwards, and in 3 sets, I'm done. I'm out the gym already. I don't waste any time at all. And I do things that are actually fun to do.
That's a huge difference, I think, and I think that's what, with me, I was nothing to work for anymore. I lost the fun in it. And I wasn't trying to compete in anything anymore. And that's really, I like that component again, bringing that fun back in and bringing that passion back into it. I really like that component.
Yeah, well, you're young. How old are you now?
39.
So right now you're in your absolute prime. What you don't know is that if you don't do something different, then at some time in the future, I don't want to say when you're my age, you'll either be 20 or 30 pounds heavier, or when men are thin, they will lose half their body. Can you imagine half their body?
Wow.
I got up one day, I lost half my body. Okay, what is half my body? Okay, that's pretty strange. Half your body? Wow. I look in the mirror and you got like those bitch tits, man.
Yes.
Where'd that come from? Oh my God. Okay, so it means that when I do my back program for my back, I have to do my chest first. That means I got to do 3 times as much work for my chest before I do anything else, because I don't want to have man boobs.
Right.
Okay. So you have to know how to work with your body so that doesn't happen. Yeah. People don't realize that later on in life, things change. So when you're younger, that's the time to create the foundation and sustain. Like in a Bruce Martin, he's a medical doctor. It's on my website. You can see his wife, how they look before and afterwards. What happened, and she became a bodybuilding champion. Wow. What happened is he went on a bicycle, not motorcycle, and he broke his thigh bone in 4 places. Wow. They said he'd be a cripple. The thing is, he had muscles to sustain the injury. You got to have muscles on your body, which leads me to this. Okay, so I'll tell you, I'm in Gold's Gym. Well, it happens at our place. They come in, and you got these diehard men. They're business owners, and they're like, they go, and they say, oh, yeah, I'm not as strong as I used to be, so I'm doing a little less weight, and I'm doing a lot of reps, 12, 15 reps. I'm saying, why are you doing high reps? Slow reps. Why are you doing high reps? Are you trying to do endurance? I don't tell them that, of course, because they won't listen.
Right.
They're doing the exact opposite to what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, slow reps, you will feel that.
No, we don't do slow reps either. I got somebody who says, let's do slow reps. No, and Brian Kelly, he's showing me a specified arm curl, and he's saying, oh, I'm going down really slow. I said, why are you doing it slow? You ever see Arnold? You're supposed to pump your body. Why are you doing slow? You come up slow, but don't go down slow. You can come up slow into the contraction, and you got to know how to turn the bicep. You have to know when to stop, but you don't go down slow. All this stuff that people later had nothing to do with their body. You got to have fun. There's nothing great in going down slow with the weights. There's a great sensation on going up with the weight, as long as you don't bring it all the way to your shoulder. They do an arm curl, they do this. So there's an angulation that they miss the contraction.
Oh, these are all these little good nuances that really most people don't teach or know.
No, they don't. They don't. And of course, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead and continue what you were saying.
Well, I'm just saying, like I said, I get a virtual camera or I get the person to take pictures so I can see what equipment is in the gym. Like the 2 people I'm working with, it's a pretty crummy gym. It's a better gym than most. But there's 1 or 2 pieces of equipment that I can build on.
I see.
They'll be able to do most of their exercise, but the exquisite exercises, I can actually build it into their program.
I see the benefit of that. What about treadmills and ellipticals and these types of things, stair climber things, and what do you think about that?
Forget about it. Okay, you only have. We have a video on that where you can see in the gym, everybody's on the treadmill. Nobody's in the gym. Southern California. There's $500,000 worth of equipment in an LA Fitness that can sculpt your body. Why are you on a treadmill? And you don't need treadmill, and you don't need any of that.
Yeah.
Because you only have so much time in the day, right?
Right.
So you want to work on your body. So get in the gym and start working out. Because in the workout, in the beginning, when you start to use the machine, there is a workout, there is a sequence that warms up your body, but it's with weights. So, what's funny is, I won't say who it is. I see on Facebook, there's a fitness guru, okay? He's very successful, by the way, with Hollywood and stuff, but he's ripping, he's pulling his shirt up, and he's going, oh, look at my body, okay? Now he's saying that you don't need any cardio. You just have to work harder with weights, but rest only 20 seconds in between.
Okay.
Yeah, right. You don't know what he's taking at home. They all take drugs of some sort at home.
Yeah.
And if you're a man, do I want to be rushed? The way I get through a workout is I stay focused. And this says chest. I work at the chest, and I stay there until I feel that I'm accomplished. And then I go to the second. I don't go look at, I have to do my whole program. Mm-hmm. Somebody says, you got 7 sets. I have to do 9 sets. Shit, when I go to the gym, I do 15 sets for my chest, but I'm done in 10 minutes. There's a sequence. You need 3 sets. You need 3 sets to warm up. Then you need a certain range of weights. Okay, like in a chest press machine, I might do. I used to hate this machine. It's my matrix. Okay, but now I'm in a gym. I have no choice. But I learned how to use the machine ergonomically. So eventually, I got up to 95 pounds. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when I come in. Now I start off with 145 pounds.
Wow.
Okay, but that's where the terrifying thought is. In the gym, one, I'm experiencing the pain. The other one, there's no pain. It's amazing how the brain works. Okay, but now once I get past, so I first start. So now in the beginning, I have to do 5 sets of 5. Then I have to do 5 sets of 8. Now I come in, I do only 3 sets of 10. See? But then I jumped to 175 pounds. See? The body now wants to get to the proper weight. And in the good gym, I jumped to 205.
Wow.
Yeah, but a significant weight to stimulate the muscles. So you need a sequencing of how to manipulate the weights. People don't know that. So when I make a program, I know exactly the person's doing a 50-pound pullover. Okay, now you're at 80. They go, 80? Yeah, just do it, relax. And then they do it. And they go, wow. Because it's the power of the program because it's sequenced properly.
Yeah, and it sounds like you're building that confidence as well.
Yeah. And in videos, you can pull things over. If somebody says, I have a pain in my shoulder here. Okay, I watched the video. Okay, he's doing a pullover. He's supposed to be doing it with a dumbbell. Why is he doing it with a barbell? A barbell,
Right.
But he wouldn't think that a barbell pullover would cause pain in his shoulder. It can.
Right.
So I follow everything exactly to the letter T. So when they follow the sequence, I can pinpoint exactly how to work around it. Like we get sometimes a shoulder problem or something. I was able to heal my shoulder by using a Life Fitness glute kickback. Glute kickback is where people are working their butt. Can you imagine I was using that to heal my shoulder? There's machines or biomechanical movements that are very comfortable to the body.
I bet a lot of people were coming up to you telling you, sir, that's not the right way you use that machine.
I know they do that sometimes. I have a little old lady that's 73, open heart surgery, cancer survivor, and she just wanted to be physically fit. But she trains as good as a pro bodybuilder, so now they stay away from her. They don't come up and talk to her because she gives her that fierce look. But in a hammer row, she's doing 2 plates, 2.5 each side. I mean, we train really well. Train. That's the name of the game. Train.
Definitely. And
because race is a factor.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing I rediscovered when I started getting back into it again is the amount of, I used to, I don't got time for this. My schedule is so busy and everything is so packed as it is. I don't got time. It's not that important. And then I was like, I really need to make this important. And I found that not only is the time there, but I'm more productive. I'm more energetic. I have all there's so much more benefit to this stuff. Just like you were saying, taking just that little bit of time. That's the thing I think people have that misconception of like, oh, I don't have the time for that. It's not as really that important, but I get so much more done now, so much more energetic again, like I used to be when I was a lot younger.
It's more than that. If you get sick,
yeah,
and you have a knowledge of your body, you can get it back. Something happened to me. I think it was gallbladder. Oh my God. Now I'm rushed to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it's like to be in a hospital? You lose your life. People are like it's a different world. It's like so frightening that Batista had to, I scream and yell. They have to sit in the room with me.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the kicker. I knew how to ergonomically adjust the bed so I didn't wind up with low back pain. And then I signed the surgeon to my program. I know I'm a case, but the thing is, once you're in you see, okay, I think I once had a hernia, but within a week, I'm already a leg pressing 800. I know how to get my body back. You cannot just not do anything. That's the worst thing that people do is they wait and they wait. And they think the more rest they have, the more their bodies are going to cooperate. No, you have to send new signals to your brain that this exercise is feeling good, the pain is going away, I can function properly. You know, you can tell all about your body when you go to the gym because you have a constant biofeedback.
Right.
Your feet know where to go, wherever it is. Okay, so what was it yesterday? I forget what it was. I think I had a cold coming on. I don't mind like that. I had a cold. Batista, wait, I'm coming to the gym with you. I'm doubled over. I'm like in pain. I don't know if I can train. I'm in a leg press. As soon as the feet hit the board and I put my ergonomic system, I know I'm okay. So I go 500 pounds, 700 pounds. Now I'm at 1,000 pounds. How come I had no pain? In fact, 1,000 pounds felt like soothing to my stomach. No knee pain, no nothing. See, the program is magical in the signals it sends to your brain, and your body has a biofeedback, so you know if you can do it or you can't do it.
Wow, that's one way to get rid of a cold.
Yeah,
1,000-pound leg press going.
Yeah, I'm doing better today, you know. But, you know, it's not that I'm a smart ass. It's just that people don't ask the right questions. They're a know-it-all. They become their own expert. They become their own expert. I'm a master of what I do. I'm known as, people think I'm the new Jack LaLanne. I don't think I'm the new Jack LaLanne, actually, because I come with an educational component. The educational program, somebody gets something from today, is that people think of weight training like Arnold. But weight training is for everybody, and it's anti-aging, and it's anti-stress. And it works on your organs, and it works on everything in your body. And when you don't go to a trainer, you learn how to rock and roll with your body. Like when I went yesterday, I skipped 2 exercises because I knew that I was low on energy, but I did the 3 exercises perfectly. See?
Right, yeah.
And then I was sure I wasn't going to do calves after working my legs. But we have a great calf machine. All I got to do is sit in it. Because when I walked down the aisle, I saw if the seat is on 9, no. If it's on 10, which is farther back, I'll be comfortable. See?
Yeah.
So as soon as in comfort, what that means, instead of doing 5 sets of 8 or 10, I put almost the whole machine and I did 40 reps. There's my 5 sets. How long did it take me to do it? Okay. Now there's the ab machine. We've got a different ab machine. And so instead of doing like 70 pounds or 80 pounds, now I put it at 40. And what I did was I followed the natural rhythm of my body. It wasn't too hard. And I didn't do 5 sets, I did 3 sets. So you see, you can play with your body and have this rolling effect where when you leave the gym, you feel really good. And that strength will stay with you for the rest of the week dealing with business, because I don't have to go back to the gym until next Sunday for the legs.
Right.
I only train my legs once a week.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
So with that, what does a typical day look like for you? The first 60 to 90 minutes, what are the habits or routines that you like to just do every day?
It's kind of funny. First of all, I can't wait to Batista to get up because I know she is so creative. She's going to start to create or do business. Wow. So I wait, and all of a sudden I hear the squeaky voice, "Honey, I'm up." So what I do is I come in with an energy drink. Yeah, they work. And there's different companies, different things like that, but you got to know what to take because you could take some that could make you sick.
Yeah.
But I come with her little glass, and she takes it, and in a flash, she's already at the computer working, and it's so great. So what do I have to do? I go in the kitchen, I wash all the dishes, and I make her protein drink. She has to have nourishment. I know that when she has nourishment, she gets for the day. So she has protein. She has a very high-class protein. It's $90 a can. Stephen Hercy can't digest whey protein, so I have beef protein.
Okay.
And right now I take mass beef protein because I don't want to lose any weight. Okay? Right. So now I make her the drink. So sometimes I put a banana in, some mango, but I put some greens. I put coconut oil. I put more energy stuff. And then once I give her that thing, it's like, she's good to go. In the meantime, I'm already on all the men's programs. I'm on the thing. I'm already setting up intellectually where they're going. It's a passion. It's very similar to somebody getting up every day and painting. I know exactly where they are. I can't wait till at night when they correspond with me. Are they okay? It's kind of like mother. Is they okay? They tell me, "Oh, I love that exercise." So everything that I did for them was pinpoint accuracy. Or I gave somebody an exercise and they took too much weight. They're doing this rope crunch. Mm-hmm. What was interesting is while they're doing it, they're saying, Stephen said that exercise is supposed to be comfortable. This doesn't feel too comfortable. They start analyzing all the way they've been training all those years. It's kind of interesting.
Yes, so very much.
So the thing is, I'll just tell him, go back to your machine. You have an ab machine. Go to it. And he doesn't know he has even a better ab machine. See, sometimes I'm in a gym, and it was a whole apartment gym, and there's this brand new ab machine. So the student and Batista go try it out. And then they come back to me and say, we hate this ab machine. I said, "Oh, really? Oh, okay, let me try it a few times." Then I explain to them how to put their body, and then they go, "Oh, I love this ab machine." Because a diagram said to put their feet forward. Uh-huh. All machines show to put the feet forward. And it's a tremendous stress on the body. What happens is if you put your feet in the back, the curvature becomes natural.
Oh, I love these little nuanced things that you've just discovered.
Yeah. So I'm really on top of it. So that's most of my day. I worry. It's like, who am I going to talk to? Who's going to listen? I have somebody that's was a student years ago. They did really well. Now I hear from them after 8 or 10 years, and they say they're in Venezuela. They were in an automobile accident. They've been bedridden for over a year. The chiropractor's not working. Nothing's working for them. Well, while you wait a year, call me. Okay. And then they say, Steve, I know you have the answer. Now, as soon as I tell them, okay, Batista gets on the phone, and she said, okay, if you want to work with us, we're very specific, and you have to follow what we're doing. Mm-hmm. So what we like is for the first 3 months, you don't do anything except the program, so we can track it. She says, all of a sudden, she said, that won't work for me because I have to do Pilates. I was in an accident, and the doctor's building up a cake. So that's where I come in. Mm-hmm. I come in, I grab the phone, and then I calm them down. It's kind of like I calm them down. Yeah. So sometimes Batista gets really regret and then understand. And sometimes I have to do hi. It's like, hi, how are you doing? Like in Norma, she was doing this leg press. Now, here's something interesting. She's 73 years old. She's a cancer survivor. So what happens is we started off on what they call a selectorized leg press.
Okay.
It goes up and down. It doesn't go straight out. It's a newer one. Okay. I know that they have to reach a certain amount of weight. I know once they reach that certain amount of weight, the exercise becomes useless. When things are on a cable, it gets very hard on the body.
Oh.
I mean, that's why when trainers give you stretch or pulleys, it's very hard on the body. It's tiring. You go away with pain. So now we got her about 270. That's pretty much. The machine only goes to about 340. So now I'm going to transfer her to an angulated leg press where you put the plate on the machine.
Okay.
We fast forward. Now, Batista, see, when I go personally to the gym, I'm not a trainer. I'm an engineer. So I walk. They've got two people in the same job. So now I'm walking around the gym in case they have a question. So Batista comes along and she says to me, "Oh, she's having a fit. She doesn't want to do the leg press. She doesn't want to do." Okay. So now I'm the good cop now. Sometimes I'm the bad cop. So now I come on and I say, "Norma, how are you doing today? You're so lovely." She said, "Oh, Stephen, I feel," what I noticed was that the machine where the footboard is on top it's on the wrong peg. There's no adjustment. So it's like trying to get a can that's too high on the shelf. So she doesn't feel safe and she doesn't feel supported. So what I did was I went out and had an extra pad made and I put it in the back of her so she's closer to the footboard. Oh. See, nobody would point that out.
Right.
Yeah, you have to know how to fit your body into a machine and play with it.
Yeah, I never would have thought about that. I always I'll suck it up. This is the way it's made. It must be just how it's supposed to be. And I never thought about adjusting to the machine.
Yeah, if it's a flex leg board, you can do foot out. If it's a hammer, you got to put your leg straight. Everything is negotiable. That's what people don't understand. Everything is negotiable.
Yeah.
If a machine is uncomfortable, it's never going to be comfortable.
Right.
Never.
And then, like you're saying, you don't get that confidence and that relaxation to be able to do the exercise you want to be doing.
Yeah, like in Brian Kelly, I'll send you the video. He explained to me what he was doing.
Sure.
I got to tell you that I didn't talk to him for years because to me he was like a bodybuilder. He was doing fitness programs online. He was a businessman. He was tall, driving a black Corvette. It's kind of mean looking. I never got to talk to that guy. Now, years later, I talk to him about what I'm doing. He said, "Oh my God, I have to do what you're doing." Okay, it's kind of interesting. Yeah. So now I ask him 3 questions. What are you doing? And then he explains to me. I says, "Well, that's totally illogical." He says, "Well, I don't really train my legs much because I got pain. I got advanced arthritis." Well, that's interesting. Then I put him on a program, and he has no pain.
Oh.
How's that possible? No pain. See? Isn't that magical?
Yeah, it's just about that ergonomics and stuff like yours.
Yes, yeah. I have advanced ergonomics. I don't want to give away the sauce.
No. If you're interested in the secret sauce, though, we'll link down to Dr. Fitness, and you guys can get a hold of him and schedule that free consultation.
So the best thing to do for people to be successful is, as Tony Robbins would say, if you want to rejuvenate your life, you have to work on your body as a priority. And the way you do that is you take action, you schedule a strategy session. Listen, I'm giving up my time doing a strategy session. Right. Do you know if I'm doing a program for somebody, that's 3 days of work to find out if their gym qualifies.
Wow.
This is like a science, man. For 2 men, I watch those videos for 2 weeks, day in, day out, just like those Sherlock Holmes movies. I'm watching these. It's moving too fast. I need another video. I got this. But when I put it together, it's like a switch up. So the thing is to put away what you know and be open to having a conversation with me. People are thinking too much about money instead of focusing on the information given to them. Everything is negotiable. So there's a person, I won't say that she's a negotiator. She goes all over the world. She's a negotiator for years. I see her, man. She don't have much of a body, and she's not the only one. Pretty soon on Facebook, I got pain in my neck. Please, can you help me? Now I send her a link. Can you call me? Oh, I'm broke. You got it. Then she's on the Facebook and says, I found a board to lie on. It seems to be helping. You know, people do the most illogical things. Yeah. You have to be, first of all, recognize that the person, first of all, research. And if that's the doctor that's going to do the breast implant, then have a little respect that he might not have time for you.
Right.
Okay. So then you have you can make a decision whatever it is that you want to do. But the longer you take, the harder the climb. And then, you know, Batista is the highest level teacher in the world for anti-aging. I mean, she's on the phone with men or women. They're talking to somebody that's $500 to $700 an hour. They're not being charged that. No, I wouldn't even do that. Are you kidding me? The time and effort she goes into it, it's amazing. But it'll affect them the rest of their life because the program is set up to be sustainable without a trainer. That means you can trade tomorrow, you can go on vacation and come back, and the program builds on each other.
That's the amazing part. You're not reliant on that person for the rest of your life and constantly.
No, because, you know, in life, relationships change, people get divorced. The program always becomes your safety pal because it's working on you.
Right.
You can hang out with yourself. And if you're really into yourself or things like that and things aren't down, when you go to a gym, it's a healthy environment. People work out. I mean, I even today I don't understand it. Well, I do. The thing is, they go, I can't wait to work. I never get up in the morning and think, if I was younger, maybe, because I'm going to wear a muscle shirt. But today, you know, it's a bigger shirt or whatever it is. I want to feel good. I want to be healthier. And the strength training is the easiest activity you'll ever do in your life. Like I said, you can go in the gym and just sit.
Yeah. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, people tell me they're doing long distance. They're on their bicycle. Oh my God, I don't. There's a guy, I won't say who it is. Very cool, and he's telling me that now when he went to the gym, he would walk, and then pretty soon it took him 4 hours to get to the gym. Pretty soon he wound up in the hospital with heart surgery. You know, I said, you know the difference between me and you? What? I don't walk to the gym. I drive to the gym. We used to live across the street from the gym, and I still get in the car and drive to the gym. I don't waste any energy at all. When I go to the gym, I don't listen to the music. I don't listen to anything. That applies to women. The gym is, when women go there, it's to teach them to stay present and to stay focused. Mm-hmm. So this is what you see. They're trying to do an exercise. They're texting. They're not understanding how to create discipline in their body and to get the body that they're missing. Mm-hmm. So the girl next door to me is, she's doing the moving pretty good. It's a Smith machine. She's doing a squat. I say, how many sets you have? Oh, she's doing like 12. Okay, so I say, well, why are you doing 12? It's supposed to be 9. I want to get leaner. You want to get leaner? Yeah, but I don't tell her this. Her legs are massive. Mm-hmm. Okay, but she's got only 10 pounds on each side of the machine. She needs 90 pounds. See, they're illusion. Second of all, in the machine, it's a Life Fitness Smith machine. They don't know that's an inferior machine. If they are doing 50, if it was a good machine, they'd be doing 100. So they have to train smarter. In other words, they can do an exercise and then they have to combine it with another exercise to cause the same effect. So people don't understand all these things. There's good machines, bad machines. If it's a bad machine, you either don't do it or you have to combine it with another machine.
Very, very, very interesting and fascinating stuff. If people want to learn more about you and what you're up to, what's the best place to reach out to you? And
they can go to the website and create a strategy session. They can leave a message and I'll return their call. Okay. But they have to say what it's about and who they are.
Okay.
Batista, is there a number that they can call for a strategy session?
Go to the website.
Yeah, just go to the website. You can post it afterwards if you haven't.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and link to all of that in the show notes. Everybody, all your guys' social media and the websites and all the phone numbers. I'll have all that.
We're looking for people who have a good mindset and are coachable. Okay. And you do know that people spend more money on their pets. I know doctors say they have no time yet. They're playing golf. I have people say, "Oh, I have no money," but and of course, if you have a toothache, you'll find the money. Right. Apparently, people don't look at their physical body as a pain factor, but it is a pain factor. Things come up, and you better hope that you at least create some fortitude in the body to deal with it, either physically or emotionally. And people who sometimes in the older generation where they say, "Oh, I don't like gyms." Hey, come on. Do you know people have epilepsy? They're amputees. They're sick. If they didn't have a gym to sustain life, they'd be dead. So you're talking about your own family. So think twice before you make such a blatant statement. And remember, if your mind can conceive it, then Dr. Fitness or Stephen Hercy and Batista can help you achieve it. But you have to come with an open heart and an open mind.
Absolutely. I love that policy. That's a great policy. Here on the Social Chameleon Show, every week we like to try and issue a challenge to help people, get to the next step and improve a little bit every week. I'd like to give you the opportunity to issue this week's challenge. What would you like to challenge people to do? What's the one thing?
The challenge, you already took me up on that challenge. I'm going to be doing a strategy session with you tomorrow, is to create and book a strategy session.
Perfect. That's a great challenge. I like to think about, the things that I use now, the money and the resources I put up now for my health. This is against the future prescriptions and doctor's visits and things I'm not going to need, or at least that's what I hope. And that's the way I like to think about it. I like to put this money to work now instead of in the future on doctors and prescriptions and surgeries and all these types of things.
Yes, that's exactly true.
Yeah. Is there anything that we hadn't talked about here today that you wanted to talk about, you wanted to enlighten people about?
Well, what I've said before is Batista is the highest level teacher in the world. And she runs a mentoring program that can be delivered without them physically coming to see us, and they can be successful. And there's different levels as far as cost. Mm-hmm. And when I'm talking, it sounds like they can work directly with me. No, they can't work directly with me. I only work on projects. Projects means that somebody comes, like the men I talked about, and they're just an interesting subject, or they have a lot of visions for themselves, and they like the way I think, and they want to learn more. So when I look at their body, where they're at, and I do a whole markup, which takes me about a week, can I do the impossible? Yeah. Here's two men that are really into working out. They actually have strong bodies. Can I do something so magical that they go, "Oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever done"? So it's happening. Yeah. Yeah. I can hear it in their voice. I can hear it in the way they conduct themselves. What doesn't work for me is people, and we have that where a person fills out an intake form and then they send it to us, and you look at it, it's like all their questions, everything's really perfect, and then they won't call you back. Or then they try to negotiate money on the phone. "Oh, can you text me back how much?" It's not a question. It's not a question about money. Mm-hmm. It's a question of if somebody says about money, it doesn't sound too good. If they say, "What's going on in my body?" because they were hearing what I'm saying, is this reversible? And then what would it take? Yeah, now you got something to work with. When you focus with money, what money? People say, "I have no money," but they join a gym. They take their dog you ever pass by a pet store? They're spending money. Yeah. People do this. The chief thing is to have respect for the person that you're dealing with. It's like when you go to a martial arts academy and there's a master, there's a black belt and all that. People have respect. When it's in the physical fitness business, "Oh, I don't like my trainer. I can't make it today. The dog died." I don't know. There's a disconnect there somewhere because a trainer or a person that's interested in your health is absolutely invaluable. But if you're with a trainer, better mark it down, because otherwise you can't track them.
Right.
Personal training is divided in three things. They stretch you out, and they do some aerobics and all that stuff. What does that got to do with strength weight training? And is it marked down? I can factually show you that the person is lifting this much weight today, and this is how much they're doing now. Everything I talk about is trackable. I have a way of tracking it, so there's no pie in the sky or me hyping them out. It's I want to find the person that wants to be partners in life with me, so that we can walk hand in hand, and in 10 years' time, we're still talking to each other.
That's an amazing philosophy. That's been lost over the years, that type of mentality. And I love that you guys are still doing that and having that level of attention and caringness about what you're, not only what you're doing, but the people you're doing it with.
I think I got it pretty much in. The men too have, there are articles on this. There was a person that was bringing people together, and he once wrote a letter, and he was explaining that the women have become so strong and the men have become so weak, and they have to really take back their power. So the gym allows you to actually become more manly. So what I find is sometimes there's couples that they work out together, don't work out together. Then you can work out together, but you don't do the same program. You don't want the man to be in your high heels. And then what I find sometimes the guy is in in a position in society, and he's like a jock. He does surfing, he does skiing, but the wife is like 60 pounds overweight. And then the woman comes along and says, I can't afford this. What are you talking about? Can't afford it? Why are you talking about money? Go to a husband, come take care of it. Oh, my husband is going to tell me to go to work and then earn the money. Well, what kind of relationship is that? You understand? So you would wonder why children grow up a little bit dysfunctional. So I would suggest that the children actually do my program so they don't develop bad habits, and they rock and roll for life, and they can set a good example for their parents, take better care of themselves.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Stephen, it's been an absolute blast. I've learned so much from you. And folks, if you haven't listened to Batista's interview, go back and listen to that. You guys both are doing absolutely great work, and I really appreciate you guys being on and spending so much time and passing on so much great information. Thank you so much for being on. I really do appreciate it.
I think you are a great host. I bet you mentally you think your body's changing already.
My mind is turning with all these things I never thought about. Like I said, I spent many hours in the gym. I had to go to play professional football. I never got anywhere close, but I trained like it. I tried to seek as much as I can. The things I never thought of, the things I wish I knew 20 some odd years ago when we did these things, it just really is mind blowing.
Exactly.
Thank you. Like I said, thank you again very much. I really do appreciate your time. I hope you guys check out everything out. Guys, head over to the socialchameleon.show for all the links and everything we've talked about here. Get in touch with Batista and Stephen, and really change your life for the better.
I suggest I take action, because there is a waiting list to go on my program, and not everybody's a fit. But remember, the program becomes part of who you become. It's not where you start off; it's where you wind up. And taking care of your body is number one. It's like you don't brush your teeth one day, and then 2 weeks later you brush your teeth again. You have to have a program that you actually look forward to doing. So in one last example, I go to the dentist, and she says, "Oh, you have bone loss." This is kind of funny. I'll tell you a funny story, because actually I wanted to promote my book, Posture for Power. So now I go to Rosita Tan. I can say who she is because she's on my website. And she's a high-end dentist. It means she has the proper office. Everything is cool. Now I go there, and she's very beautiful. And, she's aesthetic looking. And I say, well, you ought to be doing my program. She said, well, what are you talking about? What do you mean about that? She says, I'm doing the bar method. I said, well, it's not working, is it? She didn't know what that. She wants to get a firmer butt. So she read my book, and then what followed. What followed was she made an appointment with me, and I said, "Don't." I have a professional office in my area. I said, "Don't bring your husband, okay? Who doesn't take care of himself." So, anyways, the long story was that we had an interview, and I stuck the husband with Batista for about 3 hours. So you say, how can you do an interview with somebody for 3 hours? Because for the first hour or so, they don't get it. Then all of a sudden, the light bulb goes up. They go, oh, I think there's something different here. Yeah. Okay? And her husband said, don't do the program. But she did the program, okay? Yeah. Now, when you look back, the husband's overseas, and she's got the body of a 40-year-old. See? Wow. Yeah, she's in her, I have her on my website. You listen, she's in her 6th year. It saved her practice and from injuries. And then, so here's where I'm going with that. Stephen, you have bone loss. I say, oh, can I have it back? She said, no, you can't have it back. So that's where people go with their body. If I get something across, they say, oh, can I do a few little exercise and work with a person? Can I have my body back? No. But we can get you pretty close if you become a student of mine. More often than not, you'll become a student of Batista, because Batista is the highest level teacher in the world for anti-aging. Batista is a personal trainer, but she's got advanced education. She's a seventh degree level teacher in the art of body design, and her former education was she was the best flamenco dancer in the world, so she comes from that background. So you're dealing with somebody that lives and breathes health and wants to empower women to take better care, and we're looking for women to get behind her. I want those strong women or men to come forward and assist each other in helping to change the way people think of strength training.
Absolutely. And if you guys, like I said, if you didn't get that interview, go listen to Batista. She's amazing. Like Stephen's saying, she's great information. Somebody we need to link up with and learn from her. Exactly.
So anyways, the interview was spectacular. I think I gave some information. It's food for thought.
Yes.
And the thing, as Tony Robbins would say, you got to take action. So pick up the phone or the text, whatever it is, and take action.
Absolutely. Go ahead. Yeah. Like you said, action as, we all can have a plan. We all can have dreams, but until we take action, and that massive action, none of it's going to come to reality.
Just like that, you could be 15 to 20 years younger. Most people,
20 years old. I like that.
I know. Just look at the before and after pictures. You will see that we're going to put the link up because Batista has a show coming up this Friday.
Okay.
And it's a real eye-opener. Well, why is it an eye-opener? We're going to reveal why Body Design Formula System by Stephen Hercy is stronger than yoga.
Ooh. That sounds like a fun topic.
Yeah, because before we used to say my system is beyond yoga, Pilates, and personal training. Mm-hmm. But it's been revealed factually, medically, that my program is actually in fact stronger than yoga. And this Friday, you can check the time. I think it's on Facebook Live. We're going to reveal some of the facts.
Okay. I will link to that in the show notes for everybody to go ahead and catch that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Thank you for sticking around this far. It was a great interview. I hope you got a lot to learn. I know I did. This is great. We have these people on, but this just immense wealth of knowledge. It's really in our hopes to pass this on to you folks so you guys can live a better, healthier life with health and these things. You can be more productive. You can be live longer, have less problems. There's so many things to it. If you guys haven't, make sure you guys get into this month's giveaway. These Dr. Fitness USA and his team were so gracious enough to giving away one of their programs to one lucky winner. It's the healthy eating plus the gut busting bonus. This is $197 value. Head over to socialchameleon.com socialchameleon.show/pickme. Enter for your chance to win this amazing package. If you don't want to take your chance with that, there's also going to be a link to just go ahead and get over there and start now. Buy this program. It's an amazing program. Don't miss this opportunity, guys. This is great. And if you know somebody that this could help, the best way to support the show, the best way to help your friends, neighbors, and family, share it with them, share it with your community. If you like to leave a review, that also helps us bring on more amazing guests like Dr. Fitness USA and other people like that. You guys can follow us all week long at Social Community Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You guys can feel free to subscribe for the video version on YouTube, as well as your favorite podcast app. For links to everything we talked about, resources, and everything from this episode, you guys can head over to socialchameleon.show and search for this episode. It should be right there on top there. And until next time, keep learning, growing, transforming not just your mind, your body into the person you want to become.